You've been absolutely on a tear since conference play, and talk about, well, let's go ahead and start with tonight. San Diego Toreros, they came in, they seemed like they bottled you up for the first quarter and a half, but when you're hot, you're hot. And right now, I mean, you came in 22 points, 8 of 15 shooting. Now the three-point line, we won't talk too much about that. 5 of 6 free throws. You're doing absolutely fantastic. Take us what's going on tonight, right now.
I kind of started off slow a little bit, but after I warmed up and my team called to me, I was able to pick it up, and I just became more focused and making my shots. Yeah, I didn't shoot too well on the three-point line, but I know how to finish everything else around.
Something a little bit that it looks like you've worked on not only just throughout this season, but looks like throughout the whole, since you've started here, your free throw shooting has absolutely gone up, and you have to be pleasantly surprised about that. 5 of 6 tonight. Tonight was has to be very beneficial for not just you, but the Tigers. They hit that free throw stripe a lot tonight.
Yeah, free throws is the main thing how we win our game. So in practice, we practice a lot of free throws, and we always go for free throws. So that's what the team was able to shoot really well on the free throws when we were practicing.
Well, and let's go ahead and talk about tonight a little bit too. I mean, you know, this full court press seemed like that was something that you and your team wanted to really provide, and that really kind of caused a lot of havoc. Take us through the night and what a little bit of switching, but for the most part, a lot of full court press.
Yeah, with the full court press, we knew we just have to make sure we move the ball and make sure we cut through the open areas. So that was the main thing we did, and that helped a lot going through the game. And we just knew we have to make sure we just don't fumble the ball, be patient, and just cut to the open area.
You're 3-0 in conference play. What does that say about this team? I mean, we've seen some tough struggles to begin the season, but it looks like it's helped out as the conference play started.
We knew when we come to conference, we knew it was going to be tough, and we knew we wanted to get that top spot, so that's what we're doing right now. After we beat Gonzaga, we knew we had a real good team after that, because Gonzaga was a really good team to beat. And after that win, we knew we had a chance to move forward.
Now, the Toreros, unfortunately, they did lose a player that Hood was a very good player, averaging 18 points a game. Almost pretty much you can guarantee she's going to be a double-double every time you turn around. Injuries are part of this game. And you've taken a lot of bumps tonight too. But I want to make sure I add that in too. But when you have something like that, I mean, what goes through a mindset like that when you know that you don't have one of their star or you're not facing one of their star players at all this season?
We just take advantage of that. Actually, I mean, I feel bad that she's hurt, and all my prayers go up to her, make sure she recovers well. But when you have their top player in the game, take advantage of it.
Desire, I know it's great to enjoy this one right now. It's absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's for me, I'm seeing what you were able to do, what your team was able to do out on the road, going 2-0 on conference play. Now you're 3-0, but it doesn't stop.
No,
you've got a team that's going to be extremely tough, not just here but in Provo. That being BYU. One, let me go ahead and start with this one. Did it seem what was that atmosphere like right now, considering that you knew you had to get by San Diego first before BYU? I mean, there was it couldn't be any overlook on BYU, or I'm sorry, before BYU came in. You can't overlook a team like San Diego.
How we see each team, you see them as taking one at a time. So I'm going to go to San Diego and we were able to win, and now tomorrow I'm going to play BYU, which I think
3-0. Let's ask me about this confidence level right now.
Oh, it's tough. It's real tough. But it's good because it's good playing against tough teams to show what your team really is about. And right now it's showing everyone else in the conference they're really ready to play. And we're here for a challenge, and we want to get a challenge we bring to us.
Awesome, Desire. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job. Happy New Year. And we'll be talking to you hopefully very soon.
Okay.
All right. 3-0. 3-0 in conference play. Now you're 7-7 in overall, but 3-0. How good does that feel right now?
You know, anytime you can get a win in WCC, you got to celebrate it, and for at least tonight, and get ready for the next one because it's a tough conference, top to bottom, and we know the challenges just keep coming.
What did you instill in these girls to not overlook this game against San Diego and to not focus on BYU?
Well, there's not much to overlook. They're really good, and they've lost their best player to the knee injury, but they work their tail off and they fight from minute 1 to minute 40. And you know, if you look at our past, since I've been here, we've only won one time against them in 11 tries, and overall only 3 times. So we know they're tough, and they've had our number here for a number of years.
I'm going to quickly go to BYU, but I'm going to come back to this game because I wanted to get this question out of the way. BYU comes in here. We know that they're going to be a tough team. Last time they came in here, beat you on your court, 67-57. What kind of taste is that? The bad taste in that mouth, and then kind of moving on, getting ready for that game.
You know, they're tough. They've got probably one of the best players in the conference down in Purcell, and they're so well coached and they execute, and they've got a great shooter at Pulsifer, so they can hurt you in a number of different ways. So we're going to have to watch some film tonight and tomorrow and get on the practice floor there late afternoon.
What have you been feeding Desire Finnie? 17 points on the game against Portland, 23 against Gonzaga, 22 tonight. She's been absolutely on a tear in West Coast Conference play, and she seems like she does that every time West Coast Conference comes around.
She's got a little bit of fire in the belly right now, and it's nice to be kind of out of classes here and be able to focus just on basketball. You know, and so I think she's been taking full advantage of that, getting in the gym and getting herself in a good rhythm. Now she's playing really, really well offensively, but I'm really proud of her defense right now as well. She's finding some ways to get steals. I think she had 4 steals, and she's really stepped up her defensive game, and that's kind of been the catalyst for I think her playing well in the season.
How much did the initial part of the season before West Coast Conference play, how much does that play into the West Coast Conference play? It looks like that the teams that you set up for this schedule look like a lot of them play kind of like the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, you know, I think we did have some that matched up well West Coast Conference style, and we played some good teams. I think we were 4th or 5th toughest schedule in the conference, and we played some tough teams that are going to be good in their conferences. So they've definitely prepared us. But more than anything, I think we found a little bit of rhythm. I found a little bit of rhythm with the team, and they found a little bit of rhythm with each other. So I'm proud of them for doing that.
Coach, you've also had a lot of great free throw. The free throw shooting percentage is probably one of the best in the NCAA, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it's roughly close to about 78 to 80%. You have a lot of great free throw shooters right now. When everything's kind of driving like this, I mean, what kind of feeling do you have right now? I mean, 7-7, but you've won 4 in a row, and 3 of them in West Coast Conference.
Yeah, they've had confidence all year long from the free throw line, and we're just knocking on wood and not trying to jinx anything, but they've done a good job. I think the key really is we're getting to the free throw line, except for that last game for us. But we get to the free throw line and get ourselves a lot of opportunities.
Well, Coach, once again, congratulations on going 3-0 in the West Coast Conference and getting 4 in a row.
Thanks so much, man.
So happy New Year, and
New Year.
We'll see you on Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Awesome, sounds good.
All right, man.